And Bob, now that I'm thinking about it, we're okay to leave them able to unmute throughout the training if you're okay with that.
Oh, I don't care. That's up to you.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and just.
Okay, I adjusted that they could all unmute and undo their videos. So I've already started the recording, so whenever you're ready.
Is anyone able to hear me now? Yeah, okay.
Yes, we could hear you. Well, at least we could.
Great, great, great. Okay. We're
Mm.
trying all the things. We're all good up until we're ready to go, of course. And how about the visual? Am I laggy at all for anybody, or does it seem pretty seamless and clear?
It just says Century 21 journal link. I can see you, but the screen's black.
Okay, great. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to share screen. How about now? Does that look clear for everybody?
Looks great.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, hope everyone took advantage of that slight little break before we got started. Hope that gave you a little bit extra time to prepare. Okay. Please feel free at any point through this to chime in and let me know if you have any questions for me or anything like that. If you want me to go over something again or reiterate what I mean by something, please feel free. I'm happy to answer any questions at all. This first screen, of course, that you're seeing is just my contact info. Specifically, though, I wanted to show this to you for that QR code there on the screen. If you would take a moment and go ahead and scan that QR code, that is going to get you to our Century 21 Jordan Link & Co. link tree, which I will show you what that will look like here. So this is likely what you will see, probably more of a mobile version when you pull up that link tree from that QR code. If you missed that on the slide, you can also scan that QR code that you see in the bottom right corner to access this. So this is going to be something that we will be sharing moving forward. So feel free to save this, maybe bookmark it in your browser, both on your phone and on your desktop. That this is where we will start to input different resources and things that we think you guys may need in regards to marketing and social media. So you'll see here up at the top, I have started with all of the Canva template links, which I started to kind of email out about on Monday. So any new templates that we have put together for you prior to the new collaboration with Century 21 in Canva, they will fall in here, as well as you see a prompt for any branding needed resources. That link is going to take you directly to 21online.com and their landing page where you can download the proper colors, logos, fonts, etc. for Century 21 Jordan Link, as well as links to our YouTube channel, website, landing page for our tools, and then lastly, links to all of our social media. So really no excuse to say that you can't find something, because we're trying to group that in as best we can for you into one spot. So like I said, feel free to save that QR code, save this link as maybe a bookmark in your browser so that it's really easily accessible for you to go back to it at any time. Now I'm going to hop over to the main Canva landing page. This is likely the landing page that everybody sees when they log on to Canva for the first time prior to having anything in their system. So this is what it's going to look like. Hopefully you have taken the time to either get signed up and logged in if you haven't already, so that you see a very similar screen to mine. And if you're familiar with Canva, feel free to kind of mute me in the background for a little bit. I'm going to do kind of a basic and generic walkthrough of the whole platform. So as you see, there's kind of a lot to it. It's very colorful, it's very bright and inviting, with lots to offer. So up at the top here, you'll find a plus create button. Pretty straightforward. When you click on that, it's going to guide you through the steps of creating a new design from start to finish. Next, on the left-hand side, you'll see a spot that says projects. This is where you will find any of your future projects after you have made any edits to them. So if you are just scrolling through Canva and looking at something, it will not later on appear here. You will have had to do work on it of some type for it to fall into that category. The next one on the list there you're going to see is templates. This is where you can find any pre-made templates for you that are partially free, and some of these are available only to pro users, which if you're not familiar with Canva, there are two different versions of it. There is a free version and a pro version. I'm not fully sure on this answer, but I'm going to assume that with the new collaboration that is coming in the new year, we will probably have access to most, if not all, of the pro features. But yes, there are two versions to the platform. So yes, like I said, in here in templates, you can find any pre-made templates. These are basically from other Canva users that have allowed permission for Canva to offer them to all of their members. So you can scroll through here and find endless ideas for templates. They have, ideas specifically geared for real estate agents in here. As you can see, they have fun templates for newsletters, sign-up sheets, invitations. The list really goes on. You can search up here something more niche that you're looking for. But those are kind of a really easy way for you to put a design together without having to start from just a blank white page, right? It kind of gives you some idea. I always like to recommend to people, though, when using a template, be sure to try to customize it a little bit for yourself. Stray away from sticking to exactly what the template looks like, just to avoid, putting a design out there that does already exist. But that's where you'll find anything like that. And then next on the left, you'll see something called brand. This is where you'll be able to access a brand kit. What a brand kit is it essentially looks like this. It is a kit of anything that you would need for your graphic work. So logos, fonts, colors, anything of that sort. And Canva offers you the amazing feature to be able to store all that as one. So the brand kit that I'm showing you right now is the proper brand kit for Century 21 Jordan Link. And you are able to either add in this brand kit or customize your own. As you can see, there's the option to add new on the side there. And I'm happy to do a deeper walkthrough of how to add in a brand kit or specifically the Century 21 brand kit as well, if we'd like to go over that. Lastly, here on the left, you will see an option for Canva AI. As almost any platform that you are using right now, it has a version of its own AI. In here, you can kind of do very similar to what you can on, ChatGPT or Google Gemini or any of the other AI platforms that we're starting to see, specifically with graphic design. So you can ask it to, create, if you're looking specifically for something for the holidays, if you want, something along the lines of fall and an open house, you can ask Canva to help you create something like that. I really personally haven't played around too much with this, but I'm sure, it's just improving as they go. Okay, so that is the main landing page for Canva. Next, I wanted to show you what it looked like to customize a template or a design. As I mentioned to you before, on our company link tree, you can access links to pre-made templates that we've put together for you, as well as any other templates that you may find on the Canva platform. Just give me a second while this loads up here. And so this will likely be what you see when you go to click on one of those links to access a template. It's going to kind of just be a blank graphic. You'll see all of these different frames with a generic photo background. When you see that, that means that is an area prompting you to input your own photo. So you'll see those in different shapes and in different areas, some smaller like this one here that is more geared for, a headshot or a personal photo of you, versus the bigger images here would be for house or property photos. And as you can see, we've provided templates geared for different things. You know, this one only has one photo. So we're trying to kind of provide you a diverse collection of different templates for your use. Now there's quite a lot to this dashboard as well when it's time to actually work on and edit a graphic. So I kind of wanted to walk you through what this landing page is as well. So on the left-hand side here, you'll see design. This is actually a convenient additional way that Canva has provided for you to be able to access any templates. So it's the same thing as we saw on that first page. You can search up any specific template that you're looking for, or even scroll through and access them that way if you're already on the design page. The next option you'll see here is elements. Elements is probably one of the most often areas that you will find yourself in when it comes to playing with a graphic. In here, you will find areas for generic photos that you can use that are copyright free, as well as audio, videos, small graphics like this. I know a lot of times we like to put those on our business cards or open house flyers or things like that. The list goes on with what Canva can provide for you for putting on your graphic. And so this is the area that you'll kind of tend to find all of that in. Additionally, next you'll see the area for text. This is quite straightforward, gives you the ability to add in a text box. You would also have the ability, if you did add in your own custom brand kit, to input a text box directly from your brand kit that is already the matching font that you picked out. Or Canva has taken the time to put together some font combinations for you. So that is there for you to play around with as well. Next, you'll see that brand kit option again, where you could conveniently access the brand kit of your choosing, depending on what you decided to develop. Next up, you'll see uploads. This is going to be the area where you will find any of your own personal photos that you have uploaded into Canva. So you would click upload files here. It would then prompt you to open your camera roll either on your desktop computer or on your phone, and then upload whatever videos or photos you'd like through there. So to start, just to kind of show you what it would look like, I've inputted a couple practice. Once you have your own photos uploaded, so say, you know, I'm looking at Cindy right now, say Cindy's getting ready to host an open house this weekend, and she needs a quick template to put on her social media. She is going to open this template we've provided for her into Canva. She will pop in her headshot here, or in this case, my gallon. Slide it here. As you can see, it has already automatically fit itself, but you do have the ability to crop it to your liking. You would select and hit this little crop button up here and drag or resize to your choosing. Same with any exterior or interior house photos. The list goes on. You would also drag and drop. If the dragging feature gets a little tricky, you can also simply just click and it will put it on your design. And then from there, you can drag it to exactly where you'd like it on the design. That is just a little how-to of the uploads and how to kind of work that, because I know sometimes these little weird photo boxes can get really confusing, especially when there's, you know, 5 to 10 on a page. Next up, you'll see tools. This is something similar to what you would see on, you know, a common other graphic design platform, with the ability to draw, add custom shapes and lines, and all of that. Next, you'll see projects. This is another cool feature that Canva offers for you. If you are working on a design, but you remember that there was an element on another design that you had that you'd like to incorporate into this, you can actually access your previous designs. Here, they would all start to line up here as you, you know, build a little library for yourself, and you could input other elements from other designs into this one. So that's where you would access that. Next up, you'll see apps, and Canva has quite a dense library on the different apps that they offer to you off the top of my head. Some that I can think of are, you know, apps that allow you to remove a background from a photo. So, you know, say you got a photo taken of yourself, but there's a really busy background. You can still add that to an open house flyer or a social media design with the help of Canva, just removing that background. There are also apps in here that allow you to generate QR codes. With a simple search here in the search box of QR code, it would pull up several for you. That's a question that I get quite often, is how to generate those, and that is an option. A very quick option as well. I can even kind of show you. You would, you know, search up QR code generator. That was just the first option that came up. And then, like I said, it's going to give you lots of different options that will do different things. This is probably the most generic, and it would be a simple copying whatever URL you're looking to direct your future clients or potential colleagues to. You would paste it here, and then the QR code would be easily generated for you, and then you could upload it to your graphic. So really the list goes on with what Canva kind of provides apps-wise for you, and that's where you would find all of that stuff. And then commonly used apps would fall down here at the bottom. I also wanted to share with you some kind of hacks that I have found along the way to make my life a little bit easier. I know that sometimes we're working with graphics of different sizes. Sometimes we might be scrolling through the Canva library, find something that maybe might be sized for an invitation, but we want to make it work for a flyer. Totally doable. You would go up here to resize and select the option for what you are trying to resize for. The nice thing about Canva is after a while of you being on the platform, it starts to pick up on, you know, your frequent tasks and things like that. So it will start to suggest moves for you. So as you can see, my commonly used sizing are all for social media, but the list goes on for what you can resize it for, just to help, you know, your appeal when sharing your marketing resources moving forward with others. Okay. Also on the right-hand side here, when you are completely done with your graphic design, you'll obviously want to get it out of the Canva platform. Sometimes I get questions on how to do that properly as well. You will predominantly focus on this button here, share, and in here it's going to give you a plethora of different options. Here in download, where would be where you would want to download it to either your computer or your camera roll to upload to social media, and it will allow you all of the different versions of a graphic to be able to be downloaded from PDF, which would work best for printing or emailing, as well as photo options here, video options, PowerPoint. The list goes on for that, as well as Canva even does have the ability to connect to your social media platforms. So you'll see here, the first suggested would be Instagram, but the others I know that you can link to are LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest. I know that there are several others. So it's very, very easy to simply run your social media from one platform, being Canva itself. So in terms of walkthrough, a generic walkthrough of the platform, that is where I will stop. And now I'll kind of take a step back and offer the floor to all of you for any questions that you may have, anything specific that you'd like to go over, anything like that.
I'd like to see if you could give us an example of the AI feature that you showed us in the beginning, how to create something.
Absolutely, yeah. So let's go back out here. So we'll go to our Canva AI section. Okay, so let's see. We want to create an image. Let's create an image for a real estate flyer for the fall season. a house with fall decoration.
And at this point, would I also tell it I wanted to have Century 21 on there, or I would just drag that up into the flyer once it's created?
It's probably something I would advise you to simply stick with adding later on. As you saw, we can keep our Century 21 logos right here in Canva. The only reason I advise that is sometimes when you get a little specific with these things, it can get a little confused and push out a graphic that doesn't really make sense.
Okay.
So that's something I would probably advise to adding in after the fact. Anyone else?
I do have one more question. I think somebody else has it too. So I already have a pro version account. When we want all of these brand, and I have some brand stuff already in there, at least some of the cards, but I'd like to like bring all of that into my account. So that way I don't have duplicate accounts. Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. You would probably want to decide exactly what account you are going to stick with using. And then to get all of the Century 21 branded material into there, you would access that branding link that I showed you at the beginning, and you would download everything from there into Canva that way.
Perfect, thank you. Now I tried scanning your QR code,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't take me anywhere. It didn't provide a link or anything.
Oh, okay. Let me pull that back up and see. That QR code there that you see at the bottom right corner, if you can see that, should take you right there.
Let me try it again because it didn't do that earlier. Yeah, no, it's not doing it for me.
Right, okay, let's try this one.
Is it working for you?
I tried it earlier this morning and it was working. If not, I'll send you an email with the proper link to it right after we're done here.
Wonderful, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? I'm looking through our chat. Amy, to answer your question about, will we need to merge them? That I don't know. I'm hoping not, as I'm sure a lot of us are, in that we have a lot of history in our accounts. So I'm hoping that maybe it'll just be a feature that will be integrated, or we can sign up using our already existing account information. But once I found out an actual answer, I'll create a step-by-step to walk everybody through how to do that.
Sabrina, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear me. We have a couple questions on resume.
Okay.
So we're very interested in the QR codes. How do you create a URL? Like, so we want a little more information. So say we want to do a QR code that I'm just going to take, for instance, a neighborhood, and I've created a couple videos on a certain neighborhood, and then I'm doing a house in that neighborhood. We want our QR code to go to our neighborhood page. Could you help us with that?
Yes, yeah. So to go based on that example specifically, so if you are, say this here is the web page that we're looking at, how it has all of the property information on it. Where you find the URL will actually
right now we're only we can't see anything except your homepage right now.
Oh, you can't see my screen at all?
No, we're just seeing your.
Are you able to see my screen?
No.
Okay, so if you see the very top where I'm going.
So we're just seeing your Canva now. Okay.
Yes, so I'm specifically showing you here the, do you see how that URL there is highlighted at the very top in the search bar? Are you seeing that?
No, it's not there. It's just showing your Canva account, so there's no URL at the top.
Okay. Essentially, Sandra, what you would want to do is you would want to pull the URL from whatever web page search bar that's on. For some reason, I'm trying to show you on my direct screen and it's, I guess, not allowing you to see that. But I have it highlighted. So you would access that through whatever search bar, search engine you're on. So probably predominantly Google Chrome. So in the web bar, you would go to search something, you copy whatever URL is there for your page, if that makes sense.
So Sandra, you basically have to go from like your website, your C21 website, you can go to your listing. It's not gonna be a neighborhood, but it'll be your listing. You copy the URL on the top. And then you take it into Canva and put it into.
So I understand that, but is there a way to make your own URL? Like for a neighborhood or?
Use Canva to create websites, but then you have to have a place to host it.
Oh,
Actually, yes, you could. So if this is a feature that only comes with the pro version of Canva, and this is something that we have really done for some agents have done in the past. It actually allows you to have 5 websites running at a time as long as you have the pro version. So the way that you do that would be you would go to.
So you're kind of cutting in and out, just to let you know.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Now that's better.
Most people don't have pro.
Okay.
So this is, pay the pro to have this, what she's gonna show you.
Okay.
You have to pay. I pay like
Yes.
$120
Yes.
for
So,
pro. What she's showing you is gonna cost
But we think we're getting pro with the
you. C21.
C21.
Yeah.
yeah.
I pay for mine every year.
Yeah. So many of these features, if not hopefully, we will all be able to have access to very soon. But this is where you would be able to create your custom site for the specific property. Another good idea would be to create a QR code that would go to the link that is provided by Century 21 for your custom website. That would be another good idea, of a link to provide to also access your property without having to have the pro version of Canva right now to be able to do that. Anything else I can help anybody with at all?
Does anyone have a question here? No? No questions in Fresno.
No questions in Fresno?
So real quick, just to clarify, you're saying that we could put our listings to come back to that website if we wanted that on our pro version?
Yes, you could. Yeah. And if you want, a more fine-tuned training on specifically how to do that and put a website together for your listing, please reach out to me, either call, text, or email, and I'm happy to set that up with you so we can get that going.
Wonderful, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other questions or any specific, issues that anybody's running into that they feel like they might need some help with? Okay, aside from that, thank you all so much to everybody who joined on today, and thank you for your patience with the technical difficulties at the beginning. Please feel free to reach out. My office hours are 8 to 12 Monday through Friday. I'm here for one-on-one help. If you'd like to set up an in-person meeting session, I'm happy to do that with you as well. But I'll be around for any questions.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you all.
So you guys remember that we have her from 8 to 12. So she can help you make open house flyers. She can help you with your Canva to get all the templates in there correctly. She's really, really good. And her ideas are amazing. So I would say definitely try to use her. Yeah. I think she's gonna eventually be full-time, like really quickly by January, because we're already using her as a company. People are reaching out. All the managers are using her, so she's so friendly and willing to help you with your business. So make sure and
If there's something specific people want on Canva and you want me to do a class, like I know Canva really well too. I use Canva in my everyday. I use Canva so much, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's something I want to learn.
Yeah,
I
so if
really
there's
like
something
that.
specific, like it's hard, I mean, that's a lot, it can be a lot of
Yeah.
information, like if you're saying, how do I make a signature line and link where if people click on it, it takes them to my website, or it does this, those kind of things, you know, you can learn one thing.
Right.
Cause otherwise you get a lot of information. I'm pretty